Hey everybody, Falisha Rexford here. Today I'm going to be talking about how to manage a successful Airbnb. I hope you really enjoy this video because it's going to be the cumulative about 5 years of my life in just a few minutes. I get this question all the time. How are you managing successful Airbnbs, whether it's clients, families, or friends they're wanting to get into the business? And I've really narrowed it down to these few bullet points. So make sure you get a piece of paper, take a couple notes. I promise you this is going to excel you to Airbnb, hopefully Superhost. Number 1, location. You've got to start with location. And here is where I would say dream a little bit, guys. Like, have some fun. My husband and I are always looking at places that we want to go to visit. That's a good start. That's a good indicator. If you yourself are wanting to go somewhere to stay, start researching. That's typically when I pull up my Airbnb app and start looking at how many properties are in the area. What are they renting for a night? How often are they rented? Is this a place that tourists want to go? Combine that and look around that area for local accommodations, hotels, places like that. If there's not a ton of hotels, not a ton of accommodations, this is a place that you want to go and visit yourself even, then of course there's probably going to be a need there for Airbnbs. A couple of mine, I've got 2 Airbnbs in Big Bear, California. It's a great little mountain town. There are like no hotels in the area. Almost every other cabin is an Airbnb because you have to stay in a cabin almost to stay there. There's nowhere else to live for the weekend. Besides that, we have another cabin in Duck Creek, Utah. It sits right in between Zion National Park and Bryce Canyon National Park. Tons of hiking, lots of outdoor activities, not a ton of hotels. So these are just a couple examples of places that I wanted to go and visit. My husband wanted to go and visit. There wasn't a ton of accommodations. I look on the Airbnb app. Sure enough, there's a couple in the area, not a ton. Look at how they're renting. If I'm going to finance a property while I'm looking at the Airbnb app, if I'm going to finance a property, let's say I'm going to put down 25% on it, so I'm going to carry a mortgage. If I can take that mortgage and break it down into a monthly amount, look at the calendar and go, oh, I only have to rent this property out for 7 to 10 days a month to make my mortgage payment. That is a great location to be looking for an Airbnb. Now that we've picked the location of your Airbnb, it's time to outfit that Airbnb. And I've got kind of a broad range of financials for you on this one because it's just gonna depend. A few of the cabins that I currently own are 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 2-bedroom, 2 baths, 3-bedroom, 2 baths. So we're all looking at about 2,000 square foot or less. So my numbers are gonna be tailored to that. Of course, if you go buy a monstrosity of a cabin somewhere, your numbers may be a little bit different. When you close on a deal, you are going to have to furnish an entire property. One thing that I love looking for when looking for real estate for an Airbnb is if the seller is open to negotiating on some furniture. Even a few of the big pieces helps. I closed on an Airbnb 2 years ago in Big Bear, California in the middle of winter, January to be specific, 2 foot of snow, but they were willing to sell that home with some of the furniture. I got a couch, I got all the beds, I got a coffee table, and that was huge for us, not having to truck that 1 up and down a mountain and 2 through snow into the property. Right now, I've got about 3 Airbnbs that I am managing myself, 2 in Big Bear, California, 1 in Duck Creek, Utah. I am also a full-time mother. I am a wife to a firefighter. I'm a realtor and I'm an investor. So I've got plenty on my plate and I'm still able to manage that. I hope that that lets you know that you too are able to do this from out of state. It's completely doable. Once you find the location and once you select your property, that initial setup is going to take a lot of energy. So make sure to block off some days on the calendar to get your property set up. Maybe call in the forces, call in some friends. You've got furniture to set up. You have to think about decor. People are really wanting a space that's going to captivate them on their Airbnb app, that's going to look fun in their photos, that they get a post on Instagram. So you've got to find funky, stylish ways to do that in the Airbnb. The ability to use a fully stocked kitchen. I get the best reviews about my kitchens because my kitchens look just like my home kitchen. They have everything. Everybody's responses are constantly like, that's the most well-stocked kitchen I've ever stayed in. Kitchen accessories, that normally cost me about $1,000 just for plates, cups, utensils, blenders, toasters. The list really goes on when you start creating one. Furniture, linens, pillows, towels, all of the things that you're gonna need to live, you're gonna need to outfit your Airbnb with. Currently, I would say that between my Airbnbs, now mind you, mine are about 2,000 square feet or less, so I'm talking about a very specific size. If you buy a very large property, your number's gonna be bigger. But for the size properties that I have, it typically takes me about $5,000 to $10,000 to outfit an Airbnb. If you're one of my friends or you follow me on Instagram, sometimes you'll even see me do a post, hey, just got a new Airbnb. If anybody has a toaster they're getting rid of or a blender that they're getting rid of. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, those things add up to hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in savings by taking somebody's secondhand appliance. So keep that in mind. What's next? Okay, I still hope that you're following along at this point, and if you are, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button because I'm going to get into probably the most important piece of an Airbnb. The most important piece of an Airbnb. We've talked about location. We've talked about outfitting it. Now we have to talk about the people that are going to help you maintain that property. You have to have a good cleaning staff. That's probably number one. And you're gonna have to have a handyman of sorts, somebody that can come and fix a leaky toilet quickly or something of that nature. Occasionally I need landscapers, and in the case of one of my properties up in Utah, we need a snow removal person in the dead of winter because we've got a humongous driveway. So depending on location, you may have some kind of those variables, but your cleaning staff is huge. I went through 3 cleaners before I found the one that really cleaned the property to my liking. And as a consumer, I want to come in and the bathrooms need to be clean. When I open the refrigerator, no food should be left in there. The refrigerator should smell new and look new. These are things that are quick tip-offs if this one is really being maintained. Your cleaning staff is huge. Don't be afraid to pay good money. There are plenty of times that I actually pay my cleaning staff more than I charge on Airbnb. For example, on my Utah cabin, I'm currently charging people $125 for a cleaning fee. In reality, I'm actually paying my cleaning staff $140. That may seem like a lot, but again, this is a rural cabin. It's not easy to get to, and they are phenomenal. They've been with me for years, and when I need them on those last-minute turnovers and things like that, they are there. So I am okay with paying the $140 and paying that spread a little bit, than charging the client a kind of higher cleaning fee. I'm okay. I'm okay with paying that gap to get a better service. So cleaners, cleaners, cleaners. In the world of short-term rentals, they actually say that cleanliness is close to godliness, and that is the truth. So you've got to have a good cleaning system. You've got to have a good handyman. And in the case of needing some nuances like snow removal, you're gonna need landscapers and people like that. If you're planning on managing these properties yourself, you're gonna want to have kind of group text threads that are consistently going and excellent communication with your cleaning staff. So I've got multiple cleaning staffs in different states, and I'm able to manage my Airbnb just fine because our communication is on point. I give them a monthly overview of the cleaning schedule, and they also have access to my Airbnb app so they can take a look at it too if anything's been changed. Cleaners and handymen, you're going to need the best of the best if you're gonna survive in the Airbnb world. And now I wanna talk about what makes you unique. What makes you the place that they want to return to? So I would say that when I've stayed at an Airbnb, if I may mention, let's talk about furry friends for a second. If you're going to allow pets in your Airbnb, that's huge. One, I would say do it. I think that it's huge. People love their fur babies just like they do their real babies, and they mean the world to them. When I have come into an Airbnb and I've brought in my dog, many a times I will be greeted with a little treat bag or something for Nico, and I instantly feel spoiled. I feel like I'm special. I don't feel like I'm another turnover client for them in the Airbnb. I'm unique. So what makes you unique? I would say to look for something like handwritten thank you cards that your cleaning people can do. If it's somebody's birthday, you're gonna get information on the back end of the website that's gonna tell you if, oh, we're visiting with my family, it's my husband's 30th birthday. Great, note that in the thank you card, note that. We hope you have a great time at Rexford's retreat, and we hope that your husband has a wonderful 30th birthday. You pop in a bottle of champagne and they now feel special. That not only is gonna get you your 5-star review, hopefully, because 5-star reviews in the world of Airbnb are huge, right? But that may also get you return guests, return clients, and they're going to tell their friends. I've been in the business long enough now to not only have return guests, but I definitely am getting referrals from those return guests. So as people are checking in, hey, just so you know, my sister stayed with you last winter. She had a great time. That's what you want. You're not gonna get those return guests if you're like the average Airbnb. So I would say after you've got it all set up, sit back and think about what it is that's gonna make you unique to get your return clients and hopefully even referrals from your return clients. There have been times that I've created specific gift baskets and I've stashed them in closets, so as my cleaning staff is turning over the property, they can take a pre-made gift basket, put it out, and label a thank you card with the next person's oncoming name in it. So nice to walk into a property and have your name written on something. Welcome, Rexford family. Thank you for staying with us. It instantly makes somebody feel special, and that's the reason why they've chosen to pay more for your Airbnb than the hotel down the street. So again, those little unique things are just huge. So I've done the gift baskets. I currently have a little popcorn tin. So I've got a popcorn tin that sits there. It's got a laminated letter from me with my personal cell phone number if they have any issues with the property, welcoming them to the cabin, reminding them that they're not dealing with a management company, that they're actually dealing with family owned and operated. There's no managers here, just Falisha Rexford, right? And in that popcorn bin is also pre-made snacks, a couple sodas, popcorns, a couple M&Ms, things of that nature. My cleaning staff has them. They're already completely made, ready to go. They pull them, they put them in the popcorn bin. And again, that kind of gives that cabin that unique entry, that wow factor when they walk in that make them feel special. So my 5th and final takeaway for today would be excellent communication. Who doesn't like excellent communication in whatever it is in life, especially when you're trying to book and come up with a game plan for a vacation? If it's you and your family and you're wanting to stay somewhere, don't you want to know in advance address, how to access the property, local recommendations? I'm usually the one doing the research. If you can give that stuff to a guest up front, that's huge. Airbnb does time you with your responses, so they actually track how quickly you get back to each and every question and how good your communication it is. On the flip side, on the consumer side, they will see Falisha Rexford gets back to her clients, damn it. Falisha Rexford gets back to her clients within 1 hour, 99% of the time. That's truly a stat that I have on myself being a superhost. So it's rating me. And of course, we're all human. Sometimes I'm off with my children or at the beach, I don't have service or what have you. I'm gonna get back to your text message a little bit later. But in all reality, if you're trying to manage your own Airbnb yourself, you're gonna need to know that that's not something you can put off. They are actually going to time you on quick and timely responses and excellent communication. Besides people loving my fully stocked kitchens, the next thing that is always highlighted on my reviews is host had excellent communication, and that's something I truly, truly pride myself with. Remember, they are your clients. They are your top priority. They are the person that is renting out your hopefully investment property. You are also profiting off of this. You owe them a service of excellent communication. Location, outfitting the space to make it look cute. Finding a great cleaning staff and possibly a good handyman. Making yourself unique and standing out with those little touches. And of course, excellent communication. If you found this video useful, which I hope that you did, please, for myself and everybody else out there that wants to learn about Airbnbs, subscribe, hit the like button, drop me a comment. I can't wait to get the conversation going. And I'm sure I will be seeing you as a super host soon. Bye.